Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics and welcome to a new episode of New Arrivals. We're back here, the racks are filled as you can see. There will be lots of nice guitars. As always, with the New Arrivals episode we're going to find our 4 favorite new entries to our store, and then it's up to you to pick your favorite of the week. And you can leave a comment down below or vote in the poll in the community side of our YouTube page. And last week your favorite was the 1931 Gibson L1, which was an incredible guitar, sounded fantastic, already sold unfortunately. But a big shout out to the Collings, the Ladybird, also sold, but an incredible and a really cool guitar, in my opinion. I'm really curious to see what will be your favorite this week, so let's just dive in right away. We're going to start with a treat for all the Knopfler and Dire Straits fans out there. This is a Pensa guitar. Have a look at this. So this is it, the Pensa MK90. So a lot of people out there won't know what a Pensa guitar is. I didn't know this, but all the Knopfler fans and Dire Straits fans will definitely know Pensa guitars. Because Mark Knopfler is synonymous with playing a Pensa guitar on stage a lot of the time. It started out with the MK1. Rudy Pensa had a store in New York City and he worked there together with John Suhr. Of course, we know John Suhr from Suhr Guitars. And at first they built a guitar for Mark Knopfler called the MK1. They started building more guitars together. Those guitars are known as Pensa Suhr guitars. Then in 1990, John Suhr left Pensa for Fender, and then later on he started Suhr Guitars. And Pensa started building. So this is a 2015 MK90 and only 30 of these were built. It is an arched top design. Beautiful maple binding here. With an ice blue metallic finish. It's also a 30th anniversary, as you can see here, laid in on the last behind the last fret. We have Lindy Fralin P90 pickups on here. As you can see, this one is number 7 out of 30 in 2015. Also in a gold plate here. Also signed by Pensa. I think this says Pensa over here on the headstock. There's a lot of gold hardware. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that. These knobs are pretty special. The body's made out of swamp ash and the neck is a really comfortable, quite thick 54 Fender shape, which is a nice feel. So if you are a big Mark Knopfler fan and you want to get on the stage and play a Pensa, then it's finally your chance. We have a vintage Gibson J45. This is a Banner. And we also have a new J45 based on a 1942 model, so we can compare these two. Let's start with the vintage one. So there we are, a Banner J45. Only a Gibson is good enough, they say. This guitar does have a lot of battle scars. Maybe we can walk through them. You see a lot of repaired cracks here on the top, on the side as well, on the back. So these are all repaired beautifully and then resprayed. So there's a lot of overspray on this guitar. It did have a neck reset, a new bridge as well, I believe. All of these things are really necessary to keep it in great playing condition. So let's check out how this one sounds. All of these cracks really did nothing to the sound. I think this is a fantastic sounding J45, but we do have a new one that we are going to compare it to. So let's see if there is a difference when a guitar is really based on this instrument right here. So there we are. Another Banner. Only a Gibson is good enough. No cracks on this one. The OG, the replica. This is also a really good sounding J45. I like the other one better. I don't know if that has anything to do with the age of the guitar. This one feels a little bit stiff. That one has a little bit more bass end that I could feel when playing it. And I also really like the clarity of that one. It does have its battle scars, but I think for our first choice, we're going with a worn down Banner J45 from 1942. Every time we feature an Atkin in our new arrivals, we get a lot of comments. It seems that the people on YouTube are really big fans of Atkin guitars, and so are we. So let's feature another one. This is a L36 Deluxe in a Argentine Grey finish. A beautiful looking parlor guitar. As always, nicely relicked. The Deluxe features some extra cosmetic details. You can see that here on the fingerboard, the binding along the fingerboard as well. I really love this rosette. Sort of the aged yellowish color right now. This is based on a Gibson parlor from 1936, and Atkin themselves say that was a great year for the parlor guitar. And I think the Argentine Grey finish matches really nice with the extra cosmetic details of the L36. Let's listen to it. Really impressed by this guitar. I love it a lot. Totally different than the J45s that we just heard. Something with the Gibson parlors, it sounds boxy to me, but boxy in a really good way. I really love it. A nice and woody tone, but the Atkins always have a presence straight out of the box that is really nice. And it's not harsh or anything, but a really nice clarity and presence in the sound. A wonderful sounding guitar, definitely in the running for the second choice of this new arrivals, but there's still a lot of ground to cover. And from a guitar based on one of the smallest Gibson guitars, we're going to the king of the flat tops, the biggest. This is a SJ200, and this is one of the pre-war models. Wow, that is really nice. And pre-war also means that this one features a rosewood back and sides, because if I'm not mistaken, the first SJ200 hit the market in 1937, and for the first 10 years, the SJ200 had rosewood back and sides, and then in 47 they changed over to maple. Right now, a lot of people think of a maple like jumbo guitar when thinking of an SJ200, but it really started out as a rosewood guitar. So this is the pre-war model, and it comes as close as it can to the original SJ200, and I think it looks fantastic. Rosewood here, flamed maple neck as well. You can hang it up here on your coat rack. This one also has a light aging, they call it. I still think it's on the heavy side. You see it here on the close to the sound hole. A lot of dings and dongs here. So let's see how this compares to a parlor guitar, from the smallest to the biggest. The difference in size between the two guitars doesn't necessarily translate to a difference in sort of volume or bass end response. This one is a lot more compressed, and I think maybe less open than the L36 that we just heard. It is a classic sound that reminds me of the best acoustic recorded guitar tones of all time. But I think I enjoy the L36 a little bit more. It doesn't have a huge bass end response. Let's have a look at this really modern looking case. This is a turnstone right here. This is a Turnstone TG, a beautiful boutique guitar, and this one has a quilted sapele back and sides. Beautiful design here on the back stripe as well, with a different wood inlaid, I think. Really fancy. This looks to be like a rosewood on the heel cap, and then we have a redwood top on here, which also looks fantastic. The label on the inside says that this one is part of the Artisan collection. These are all hand-built in England, and I think they are beautiful guitars. Totally different than the other two guitars this round, but it doesn't really matter. Funnily enough, this one has sort of a similar compression that I found in the SJ200 just then. This is an incredibly well-built guitar, a beautiful look, and you also get this pouch here hanging from the side of the side of the case. So let's unpack this, like a string changing sort of package. You get a string puller, fingerboard, conditioner, a hygrometer as well, polishing cloth, and a care guide for your acoustic guitar. I think this is a nice addition to include that with the guitar that you sell. But I'm still thinking of the Atkin guitar. I think that was the best sounding guitar of this round. Do you agree, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. The L36 Deluxe Argentine Grey. A completely new Atkin guitar. This is our second choice. Let's feature a guitar from Sverige, from Sweden. This is a Strandberg. Have a look at this, a headless hollow body guitar from Strandberg. This is actually one of Timon's favorite guitar models, so he wants to say a few words.
Well, this is pretty much the iPhone in guitars. I absolutely love the fact that it has absolutely nothing that it doesn't need, like a headstock, for example.
Yeah. No matching headstock.
No matching headstock because there's no headstock. So it matches with nothing.
Ooh.
Oeh, hij hangt ook nog.
We can joke about it a lot, but Strandberg and all the other manufacturers that make headless guitars are doing something completely new. And I think that is something that is needed in the guitar community because we are like really conservative as a community. I think it is one of the most beautiful looking Strandbergs I have ever seen. Double humbuckers on here. You get a really interesting neck profile that is also something I've never experienced before. So it's steep here on the sides and it is flat here in the middle. This is a Nick Huber guitar, and I wanted to pick this. I don't know the guitar that's in there, but it has a really funny name because it's called Piet, and that is like a first name that we call people, maybe like older Dutch people are called Piet. And this is the Piet from Nick Huber. All right, so it's an offset guitar, like a telly offset, telly pickup here in the neck position, then a gold foil on the bridge. Pretty cool. It's got a really nice satin sort of finish in a sunburst. We just found out that they call it Piet, but Nick Huber, if you're watching, I hope it's okay that we keep calling this guitar a Piet, because I think it's funnier. Normally we see Martin cases that are really bluish, but this one has sort of a almost like a teal or something green color to it, which is beautiful. We are going to do another shootout. This is another vintage guitar. We're going to compare it to a modern guitar, sort of like an alternative. This is a D35 from 1969. And some people might know that 1969 was the last year that Martin ever used Brazilian rosewood, and we know that this is a Brazilian rosewood guitar. From 1970 they changed to Indian rosewood. And this is a really beautiful set of Brazilian. Of course, the D35 with a 3-piece back. I think there's also a Brazilian rosewood bridge as well. And of course, with the D35 you get a double bound body, also binding along the fretboard as well. And of course, nowadays you need a sidey sort of form when you are using a Brazilian rosewood guitar, if you want to travel with a Brazilian rosewood guitar. Let's see how this one sounds, and then we're going to compare it to a Collings guitar, a D2HA. funny how a three-piece back can do something to the sound, because I think always D35s sound different than D28s. Kind of hard to put it into words, but it's like less broad sounding maybe than a D28. Maybe a D28 can sound a little bit more punchier, more in your face, and this is a little bit more refined or something. Beautiful sounding guitar. I'm going to compare it to a Collings, like I just said. This is a Collings D2HA in an incredible sunburst finish, which looks really nice. We have an Adirondack spruce top, beautiful herringbone, East Indian rosewood back and sides. Aaron, one of our top luthiers, is a really like a Collings connoisseur and a dreadnought player, bluegrass player as well, and he really fell in love with this particular guitar, so I'm interested to see how this sounds. Sounds really different compared to the D35. A little bit more like a sturdy and more like a bold sound. Perhaps a better bluegrass guitar than a D35. And it looks beautiful as well. I think we're going with this Collings as our third choice for this new Rivals. Going to end the show today with two hollow body guitars. I'm going to start with this one. This is a ES125. This one is from 1953. So a really simple but still a big hollow body guitar by Gibson, more like a student model for the jazz students at the time. One single P90 in the neck position. This is a guitar that has been used throughout the years. You see a lot of scratches from playing, also here on the back. But there are no cracks or anything that I can find right now. Looks to be in quite good condition. There are flat wound strings on this right now. I think those are the best choice for a guitar like this. I know Berend is a big fan of ES125s, ES150s as well. But there's maybe a little bit more special hollow body out there as well that we are going to open right now. So we just had a Martin D35 from 1969, and this is a Gibson from 1969, a Gibson Byrdland. Ooh, really nice. A thinner body than the ES125 that we just saw. Really luxurious looking archtop guitar. A really big hollow body, 17-inch body, double humbuckers. Maple back and sides, flame maple here on the neck as well, and on the sides. So the Byrdland is sort of a short scale version of the L5 CES. This one has a 23.5-inch scale, so pretty short, and it's just a really fancy looking Gibson guitar with all the golden hardware as well. Yeah, I think this will be my choice when comparing it to the ES125, which is a really nice guitar as well, but this just screams new arrivals. So this is our fourth choice. That was it for this week. I hope you enjoyed yet another episode of New Arrivals. Please let us know down below which is your favorite of the week. Let's have a look. A Byrdland, a D2HA, a Collings, beautiful L36 Atkin, which was really nice. And then we had the J45, the Banner. I think the J45 Banner from 1942 is the best sounding guitar of the bunch. Laura, what's your favorite?
I like the Atkin.
The Atkin. When there's an Atkin, you like it best most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you out there as well. So please let us know and hope to see you in the next episode of New Roads.